about that. So, CBCS sent out a big discount code for their verified signature programs that gets you these red labels. It used to be red, but now they changed it to yellow. So that's what I'm doing here. I got a stack, quite the stack. I pulled 7 out of the collection, and we're going to talk about why I chose these versus other ones. And let me fix something here. There we go. Why I chose these ones and not other ones, even though it was pretty tough to decide which ones I wanted to send, just because of the volume that I have that need to go. Some of them I thought about that were considered like long-term projects for me, and I didn't know which ones I wanted to send. Tim the Comic Collector, what's up, buddy? Another fanboy. Check out his channel if you haven't yet. Give him a sub. Send him back to comics. But anyway, yeah, I picked 7 of these bad boys to go to CBCS. And they're all a very interesting theme. See if you can figure out what they are. We're going to go in no particular order here. Let me make sure they're all facing the same way. So, yeah, here we go. We're going to kick things off. But first, before we get to here, I do want to show you what I picked up at my LCS while we're waiting for the community. So, recent comic book pickups. I picked these up today, so they're all hot and fresh. So, we have Nightwing. Or not Nightwing, I'm sorry. Titans. Titans issue 10. Titans issue 10. That came out today. Suicide Squad Dream Team number 2. I got the foil for that, so that'll be a lot of fun. Nightwing 113. Green Lantern War Journal number 8. That's a cool cover. George, what's up, buddy? How you been? And Superman 13. So that was today's comic book haul that I went and picked up today. Yeah, so the main course was the collection of books that are going to CBCS for signature verification, because I got that really nice discount code, or it's $10 off per signature. That's huge. That's huge. That puts the first signature down to like $5 and the second one down to $10. So that's, for me, it was a no-brainer. It was the cheapest it was ever going to be, and I got a stack of books I need to get slabbed, so I'm going to pick these 7. So number 1, first one going is Dark Side War Shazam number 1, signed by Steve Orlando and Francis Manapul, who did the cover. Very cool. So I liked Dark Side War. I thought it was a really good story. Shazam had an interesting role to play in the Dark Side War, so awesome. I'm excited for this one. Grading-wise, what I think it's coming back, I suck at grading my own books, but let's just call it a 9.2 just to be safe. It might be coming a little higher than that. I can't see it falling any below a 9 because it is in pretty decent shape. So we'll call that a 9.2. Next one, Shazam number 1, signed by writer Jeff Johns. This is a really cool cover. I really enjoyed Jeff Johns' run on this book. This one, grade-wise, geez, I don't know. It's got very little spine ticks. I don't know if that's going to be something you can't really quite see, but yeah, this one's in great shape. Again, I'm not going to grade too terribly high, but let's call it a 9.6. Let's call it a 9.6. So now, next is Shazam number 1. You're noticing a theme here, but the volume 4, issue 1, signed by Mark Waid. Mark Waid. This is the current run of Shazam. Mark Wade does a really good job with it. I enjoy chatting with him at conventions. So, yes, I do like Shazam. Thank you, George. I do. He's one of my favorite characters. But, boy, this one, I don't want to say 9.8, but it could come back at 9.8. It could come back at 9.8 because it is sharp. It is very sharp. And this is, like I said, the current run, so it doesn't have time to sit in the shelf or in the cabinet, I mean. What is this one? Number 4. Number 4, we have Shazam number 1, The New Beginning, signed by Roy Thomas and Thomas Mandrake. Very cool, very cool. Roy Thomas, that was the first one. Well, actually, Thomas Mandrake, too. I met both of them last year for the very first time. Thomas Mandrake, I believe, was the one in Baltimore. Roy Thomas was in Hershey, Pennsylvania. Both are cool dudes to chat with. This was kind of like my first introduction to Shazam when I was a little kid. So this run, this story, you know, I gotta slab it. I gotta meet him. I gotta sign it. So this one was definitely a must-have to throw it into the pile going to CBCS. Next one, it technically isn't a Shazam story. I was in Hershey and got Roy Thomas too. I didn't see you there. Were you wearing your crown that day? I was. I went on, gosh, what day was it? I think it was Sunday. I think it was the last day I was there. Just because I couldn't get there and the early schedule was weird. But yeah, I think it was Sunday. Might have been Saturday. I don't recall. But that's a good little con. Oh yeah, maybe Saturday. That's why. I recommend going to that con. That's a nice little con. They're coming back this year. They got all kinds of cool people coming back. Mark Wade's going to be there. Frank Terry. Warlord, what's up, buddy? How you been? Haven't talked to you in a while. Multiversity Thunderworld Adventures number 1. Signed by cover artist Cully Hemner. This one is pretty cool. Grading-wise, oh gosh, I don't know. I'm terrible at this. Let's call it a 9.4. 9.4, I think. Yeah, 9.4. This one is probably one of my, next one is my favorite story from Shazam with my favorite writer and one of my favorite artists, Jerry Ordway, The Power of Shazam, number 1. Jerry Ordway, get into sign stuff. Sign me up. I could sit there and chat with him all day. He did this little print right here. I mean, it is just a print, but I made him sign it too. So, and I don't often buy prints, but Jerry Ordway, man, you have to do unboxing and see how well you predicted the grades. I'm going to. So I'm going to reference this video and kind of determine what I got versus my guess. But, man, this one, gosh, another really sharp one. Boy, I don't know. 9.4? 9.4 for Shazam, The Power of Shazam, number 1. Super duper cool. Last book, but definitely certainly not the least, is the Jerry Ordway cover, but not a Jerry Ordway signature. It is Night Terrors, Night Terrors Shazam number 1, signed by Mark Wade. Yep, Mark Wade. What's up, Southern Comic Book Geek? How you been, buddy? Appreciate it. You like signatures? Yeah, I love Night Terrors too. So I really enjoyed this run. I thought it was great. I wish they would kept this going a little bit longer, but I think this was just something they just wanted to push out while they were doing something in the background. DC tends to do that, like Convergence, for example. That's when they were moving from New York to LA, and they just needed some fillers. You know what I mean? It was just a story filler, nothing really crazy. But yeah, I like Night Terrors. I was pleasantly surprised by Night Terrors. Yeah, they're all good. I can't think of one that really disappointed me. I thought they were all real fine. So yeah, so here we recap for those of you who weren't here. So we got Night Terrors number 1, Mark Wade. We got Power of Shazam, Jerry Ordway signature. I can tell you collect Convergence from your other videos, but it was not fun, that event. I agree. That event was kind of disappointing. I agree. Not my favorite, but I still like the characters, so why not? Thunderworld Adventures, Shazam New Beginning, Shazam number 1. This is volume 4. That would make this Shazam number 1, volume 3. Dark Side War, Shazam. So those are going to CBCS to get graded because they sent out that new promo code. It's VSP Save 10 for those of you who are interested. VSP Save 10, and then you can get $10 off. Your signatures, which is good for, like, for example, like a book that has dual signatures on it, like this one, because the first one I think is $15, and the next one is $25. Did you show any Harley books? No Harley books, but technically Suicide Squad had a Harley on it. So you going to Baltimore this year? Heck yeah, I am. Southern Comic Book Geek. Heck yeah. That is like my all-time favorite con that's local to me. I'm there every year. I've been going every year since 2016 on a regular, at least one of the days. Sometimes I can go multiple days. Some days I can't. But it looks like this year Saturday is going to be my big day to go to Baltimore Comic Con, and I'm going to meet Jim Lee for the first time ever. I have some Jim Lee signatures, but those were like gifts or books I sent away to get signed. But this will be my first chance meeting Jim Lee, and I got a ton of stuff for him to sign, just kind of picked out already. I'm allowed to bring, like, what'd they say, 8 books, because I bought like the Jim Lee like fan package or whatever. If I go to Baltimore, I'm going Friday only, but I'm undecided. I'm definitely going to Hershey though. Dude, George, hook me up or reach out to me. Let's coordinate. Maybe I can go on the same day and we'll hang out at least for a little bit. Yeah, I got Jim Lee to sign a ton, a lot. Money. Yeah, right. Gosh, I think he's like $60 a signature or something like that. Just absolutely crazy. So last year I got to meet Jeff Johns at Baltimore Comic Con, and he was if you got his like fan package experience, you got one of these. And I had a ton of books that I wanted to get signed by Jeff Johns. So I didn't know what to do. So I bought, like, where are they? Right here. Like, I bought they're back there, but I bought like 3 of the VIP badges for Jeff Johns. So I got 3 of these, all framed and stuff, and they're he actually signed them all, which is pretty cool. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I gotta find a permanent home for something like this, because it is nice, and I want to display it. But in my super tiny room, wall space is a luxury that I do not have. But hey, anytime they do cool lithographs like this, I'm always making sure to pick them up. But yeah, they said that the Jim Lee VIPs get an exclusive lithograph and the potential to get a free remark if you go to his panel. He's going to be doing like sketches, so you have a chance to win a free sketch only for like the VIP people. So I don't know, I might go to the panel, I might not, because I went to the Jeff Johns panel. Oh my gosh, had I known that I could have skipped the panel, I would have just gotten in line for signatures right away, because that line at Baltimore was absolutely insane. It was so huge, and it made no sense, because he kept taking, I mean, I get it, he kept taking breaks, and signing stuff like that is exhausting, I imagine. So he would sign for like 30 minutes, and he would take 5 or 10 minutes and then come back, kept going back and forth. So yeah, that's the Baltimore plan. So there's another con here local to me, not Hershey Comic Con. Yeah, I'm also going to Hershey, but they call it 4 States Comic Con. It's they do one in Hagerstown, Maryland, and another place, and then eventually they come to Harrisburg. which is super local to me. So I'm going to that one. But for signatures, it is not good. Not good. I can't even think of anybody they really have. For some reason, a couple of years ago when they first started it, they kept having awesome talent coming in for things to get signed. You know, even if you're into like statues or just books, you can get things signed. They had what is her name? I cannot remember. She signed my Flash badge. She played I'd love to go to Heroes Con. It's Father's Day weekend. Yeah, man, that'd be nice. That'd be nice. The guy who played Flash's mom in the TV show signed this badge. Yeah, they got her. They got Katrina Law. Katrina Law showed up, right? And she signed, yeah, right here. She signed this box for me, and I was super thankful. Just went to Lehigh Valley Comic Con, PA, had a lot of fun. Great guests. You should check it out. I really wanted to go to that one this year. I just couldn't fit in the schedule. But yeah, they used to have someone like Katrina Law and whoever this person, I can't remember. And now they have like just cosplayers coming. Like what happened? Did we run out? They even had the guy who played, oh man, I can't remember. The guy who played Reverse Flash. He signed somewhere on my ring. It must be on the inside. It's in here somewhere. So he signed my Reverse Flash ring, and that's pretty dope. So if you're into Reverse Flash, we still need to get together and do a signature run comic shop crawl. Dude, that sounds so much fun. You have no idea. That would be like the coolest. I would be all over that in a heartbeat. That would be so much fun. That would be a lot of fun. There's very few people in the community that are gung-ho about signatures. I can only name a couple of them. Yeah, there's people that collect signatures, but, I can only think of a few people off the top of my head that are just like, well, okay, when like Baltimore comes out, and they announce all the guests, and they announce like where everybody's gonna be, like planning out, like, okay, no, I'm gonna go over there and do all this, and that's me. Like 2 days before, I'm planning out, like, okay, I gotta hit booth number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Skip this one, skip that one, and then I put them in my box. I put them in order of priority. So like the bag, I gotta have this one goes right on top, going to that guy first. That's the exact same way. Yeah. That's that seems to be the common way to do it. I've met a few people that when they are into signatures, that's the way they do it. They definitely plan it out. Not that I don't enjoy just going to the con and just relaxing and being at the con, but I like to get things done. I've already pulled books for Dallas Fan Expo in June. Oh man, like I've pulled books for Hershey. I have, oh man, a ton of books here for Hershey Comic Con. Let's see. Some of the guests you're excited about. Yeah, tell me about it. Tell me about that. Southern Comic Book Geek. Tell me who you're excited for. I can only imagine a big con like that's going to have some big talent too. So the big ones, this is for Hershey Comic Con. Hershey Comic Con. Gonna get this one signed by Wayne Thatcher. Wayne Thatcher. Signatures are required on the fun thing. Yeah, I hear you there. Another one by Wayne Thatcher, Suicide Squad Black Files. I don't recall how to say this person's name. Laura Braga? I don't know. The artist. She did the art for this. Yep, he's on my list too. Mark Waid, another Shazam #1, if I didn't have enough. Frank Terry, another Frank Terry, and more Mark Waid. Mark Waid. All previously signed by Jeff Johns. All these are signed by Jeff Johns. So they did the big Flash 800, I think it was. Andy Kubert's. Sean Gordon Murphy. Oh, man. He was supposed to come to Baltimore one year, I think. And then he canceled and never came back. Yeah, those were all huge. Oh, man, they were all huge. Yeah. Joseph Loeb, yeah. Sean Gordon Murphy, that would be pretty high on my list, too. He's one that I've been, definitely trying to meet. But yeah, that's my stack going to Hershey. And I know there's one more, but I think it's in a different little container box thing. So yeah, those names are huge. I definitely would, if I was attending Dallas Fan Expo, I'd be all about those. That sounds awesome. I'm jealous. Dallas Fan Expo. You know what? I've never been to Dallas. I've been to Texas, but I've never been to Dallas. Maybe I'm missing out. Maybe I'm not. I'm excited about Hershey. You should check out Garden State Comic Fest too. The year before, I'm going to both gardens. Oh, the one in New Jersey. Yeah. Yeah, I could check it out. I should check it out. I'm always open to like more cons. I just wish there were more local ones. Like I live in a super metropolitan area, and I get like one a year, which is strange. Yeah, like Philly. Like, listen, I went to the one in Philly. Was it right before COVID started? And let me tell you what, that place was awful. The venue was okay. The staff really didn't seem to know anything. And there was homeless people just hanging out front, begging for change. So I was like, man, I got my little comic book cash. And then they say, hey, buddy, you got $1? And you're like, no, I need this $1. I'm sorry. Garden State Comic Fest has Walt Simonson and Greg Heidelbrandt. Man, I would love to get, let's see. I would love to get Walt Simonson to sign my X-Men and Teen Titans crossover. Because he did the cover and the art. Be nice if I can get a Chris Claremont on here too. So Walt Simonson and Chris Claremont. Heck yeah. That would be awesome. I mean, there's a lot more that I would get from Walt Simonson. Don't get me wrong, but like this one would be high on my list. Like one of the first ones I'd probably get him to sign. Yeah, that is a good one. That is a great one, right? Very underrated. It's very underrated. I love the wraparound cover. And technically, this one is a key. It is the first mention of the source wall in DC continuity. Yeah, Thor 337. That'd be a good one. Yeah, this is the first mention, and I think it's pictured, of the source wall in continuity. So, yeah, this one is great. I love the art of this bad boy. It's super cool. Yeah, that would be nice. I got Walt to sign several books for me, and Thor 37 was indeed one of them. I've gotten a couple signatures from her or him and his wife, Louise Simonson. She did a bunch for me too. It was so funny because at Baltimore Comic-Con, his line is like, backed up 20 yards, and Louise Simonson, you can just walk right up and get her to sign whatever you wanted. So it was pretty fun. Have you guys ever, yeah, they both sit together. Yeah, I enjoy that. Have you guys ever dealt with the comicsketchart.com folks? I hate those guys. I understand why it's appealing as a content creator to be represented by somebody like that, because they can help you profit, off of your work already. But the problem is, like a couple years ago, I brought my wife. I want to get Dan Jurgens and Brett Breeding to do a Return to Superman commission. Yes, they're both going to be at Baltimore Comic-Con. I'm going to get, man, I'm glad you said that. I got like a whole bunch of books for Dan Jurgens to sign. Oh yeah, including I'm going to get him to sign this bad boy. The new Black Label Batman. So tell us how do you really feel. I hate those guys. No, because like one of the things I like to do, as whoever is signing my book, they might be signing away or whatever, and I just talking about the book with that person, and the guy gives my book back, and I'm finishing up my sentence. I don't want to keep the line going, but the guy cut me off, And he's like, you got to keep going. Like, you can't talk to Tom King or whoever. You got your book, like, you got to leave. Like, bro, at least let me finish my sentence. You know, I was going to tell him how much I enjoyed the book. And it was really a pain in the ass. So, comic book sketch art, I don't like you. You ruined my convention experience in 2017. The handlers, dude, take the fun of it. They do. Oh my gosh, they do so bad. I mean, I get it. We want to keep the line moving, but you can chat for 30 seconds. If you keep your conversation under a minute, I don't see a problem with that. I really don't, because if I got 3 books to sign and I can talk to whoever signed my books for a minute and I can keep the line moving. It ain't gonna take me long. But they were like, hey, as soon as he hands you your stuff, like, you gotta go. Like, come on, man. Like, yeah, I know you just want to churn out as much profit as you can, but like, you're ruining the experience between the content creator and the consumer. Like, you know what I mean? And I'm sure these content creators really enjoy chatting about their work. I mean, I hope they do, or they at least appreciate positive feedback. You know, I'm sure an artist, if I say, man, I really love your work, you know, they love that stuff. That makes them want to keep going. You know what I mean? I'm taking time out of my schedule to go to your booth and get a signature. And it's not the content creator's fault. It is not. It's the people holding the leash, so to speak. They suck. So if Tom King's doing an hour, you know, he's only signing for an hour, they'll take the first 60 people and just say no more after this. Like, and then by the time they're done, you know, Tom King might have like 15 minutes because they just kept turning out like, okay, keep going. So okay, now they're going to let 15 more people back in. And it's like, come on, man. Like, don't suck. But short stream today. I'm going to wrap things up here. Yeah, I got to get this book packed and shipped out to CBCS. So I don't get the Tom King thing yet. I read several books by him. I just don't get it. I just want to collect the signatures, really. Especially when the fan buying the books pays the money to travel, get the ticket, get the signature. Least they can do is allow more talk time. Hell yes. Amen, brother. Amen. Just let me have my moment. I drove all this way to high five you and tell you how much you liked or disliked your book, whatever. I'm sure you like the feedback. But I got to get these books packed, get them sent off here. They said about 8 to 10 weeks they'll process my books, so we'll see. We will see if I'm anywhere close to my books. I'm going to guess that I'm probably not, because I'm terrible at grading my own books. Tom was good. Mr. Miracle, 1 or 2 books the other. Not a fan of much else. Yeah, I like Mr. Miracle. That was a good one. I like his Batman run started off strong. But we'll see. Thank you, George. Thank you, Southern Comic Book Geek, for stopping by. Who else we got in the chat? Tim the Comic Collector, Warlord, all stopping by. You guys are great. I appreciate you guys talking books with me. I don't get to talk books very often, so good luck with your grades. SK Hennings, thanks for streaming. George, thank you, sir. You are king among men. We'll see you in Hershey. Take care, everyone. Peace out.